Welcome guys to Dogs of War YouTube channel. Today we have the pack review for Conquest.
The Scourge.
The Scourge. Today we have me, Jesus.
Me, Josh.
And Rob.
Let's start off the pack with Josh.
So, we're going to dig into the Warlord first. Kugoth, Plague Father. He has the Demon Nurgle keywords. He's a 1/7 for stats. He starts with 7 cards, 7 resources. He has a reaction. After this Warlord is declared as an attacker, move 1 damage from this Warlord to another unit at this planet. And his bloodied stats is 1/5. He's good. I've played against him a few times, not with him, but against him. He can brawl really well. Surprisingly, considering he only has 1 attack, he's just able to offset that math so well. And on top of that, his reaction ignores shields.
Yep, you cannot shield it.
So it's guaranteed damage on top of healing your Warlord. It's a weird alternative to the current Chaos Lord that we have right now, which is more aggro, dealing a bunch of damage.
It's more survival. It's a lot harder to bloody, you know. And later on, you'll see in the pack, there's another card that's very good with him. But what do you think? I think he's going to be good.
I think he's going to be good.
Is he better than the other one?
Based off of his ability, I like the other one better for that.
It's more aggro.
But this is a different type of play. He and his cards are going to synergize a little bit more with the Nurgle keyword.
Yeah. Plus the tokens are Nurgles too, aren't they?
No, they're just generic cultists.
Oh yeah, they are cultists on them.
Okay. I get his Elite Cadre unit. It's 2 costs. Kugoth Nurglings. It's 1 command, 2 attack, 2 defense, Demon Nurgle, Force Reaction. After a unit moves to this planet, deal 1 damage to it. These guys are amazing. Oh my god. You have 2, 3 of these guys out, that's 2-3 damage to anything that moves into that planet.
I don't think you want to put them all on the same planet, because that affects your cards too.
Yep.
I mean, that's 2-3 damage going on Kugoth if he goes there, which is what they're meant to do. They're meant to feed his reaction.
Yeah.
So on top of just doing damage, which is awesome.
But it's, I don't know. They're very good. You get 4 of them. I can't say
obviously.
anything.
I mean, 2 costs for a 2/2 with a command icon, similar to other Warlord cadres, with a reaction that's a double-edged sword, but triggers before the command phase.
Yep,
is a big deal.
It's moves, so I could deploy guys to the planet.
You can deploy people there, but when your Warlord commits to a planet, who he brings, they move there. So if someone's doing the whole like super aggro first planet, you drop one of these guys at the next first planet, they're taking a lot of damage. Which they can shield, but to what end?
Yeah, do you really want to discard your whole hand for it?
Before combat even starts.
Yep. And mobility.
Yep.
Those stops the whole mobile.
Stops that's very good too.
I like it. So it's good. I like it. You get 4 of them. So.
Yep.
That was me.
You have the location for him?
Yes, the support location Vile Laboratory. Deploy action. Exhaust this support to have your opponent choose and move a non-vehicle unit he controls from a target planet to an adjacent planet of his choice. Well, definitely gets them off of a planet you're trying to go after.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, it's very movement. Any type of movement.
Now it is a deploy action.
Exactly.
But still.
Yeah.
That, I mean, because it's a deploy action, though, I mean, you see that down on the field, and you're like, I don't want to overcommit to this planet. But if I don't, he's going to deploy action to move my guy off of there, and if I pass before that happens, he gets uber control.
Yeah.
If your opponent passes before you have used that action, it's so much control.
Yeah.
The problem is it doesn't let you target which unit, so he gets
Pick.
to choose which unit to
So
move
usually you
off.
want to do it early, as soon as he drops. If you want to play around this, then you want to play a weenie, then your big guy. Don't play your big guy first and then your weenie. Because if you drive a big guy, his action, he'll move him. So you play your weenie, he won't trigger it. Drop your big guy, he triggers it, you move your weenie out. So it's powerful ability, but you could play around it.
Yep.
And very good design because of that, you know.
How much does it cost?
Two.
2. So
Yeah.
pretty standard.
You're up, Josh.
I have
And now have the bomb.
Fetid Haze. It's a 3-cost event, 1 shield. It's a power Nurgle keywords. It's a combat action that reads: remove all damage from target Nurgle unit you control, then have your opponent deal an amount of indirect damage equal to the damage removed among army units. Equal to the damage removed among the army units he controls at the same planet. So I have 5 damage on Kugoth. I'm going to spend 3 to remove the 5 damage, and now you have to put
5 damage
5 damage amongst your army units at that planet.
So it just healed Kugath, you know, and spread out more of his disease all over the other opponent's armies.
Giving glorious gifts to everybody.
Yep.
It will also it kind of synergizes with the big butt Nurgle feel that they have right now. Both of the Plague Marine units being at 4 health,
Yep.
which is a large health in the game. It's 3 costs though, so it's a big tell coming into the combat phase if they have it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're saving 3 credits, that's a lot. So, or not even going, because if they could see the board and they say, okay, I'm gonna get, there's no way my opponent can stop me from getting 3 credits. I could go blank. I'm broke during the deployment phase because I'm gonna get my 3 credits to cast that for next turn.
Yeah.
Because I've done that a lot with Space Marines. I'm like,
Or
I got drop pod.
Yep.
I don't want to do a tell to pass with 2 for 3 credits. They're like, oh, he has a drop pod and Andromeda. So I'm like, okay, I'll figure out how am I going to get my credits.
But getting 1 or 2 credits is easier than
getting
getting
3, yes. Yep. But it's very strong. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think the important wording on this is it's damage units that have to take the damage. So if an enemy warlord and a dude with 1 health is there, and then you do this with Kudagoth with 5 damage, basically 4 of that damage is wasted. Because it has to go on, it can't go on the enemy warlord. It has to go on that little weenie guy.
Yeah. So
But it's healing him,
Yeah.
which is a big deal.
So I get 1 cost attachment, 3 shields, unique, the Plague Father's banner, war gear standard, attached to Nurgle unit, not army unit, unit.
Yep.
Attached unit gets +1 hit points. Reaction: after attached unit is declared as an attacker, move 1 damage from attached unit to another unit at this planet. It's his ability on an attachment. So you could technically put it back on him and trigger his ability twice.
What's also interesting, if you have that on your Kugoth himself, when he's bloodied, he's practically the same thing.
Sure.
He's only 1 less health. He becomes a a 1/6 instead of a 1/7, and he still has this ability.
Yep.
I don't really see it going on anyone else other than Kugath.
That way you could get furied. If you even put in a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, people can get deception, then you lose it.
Cyborg body from orcs, is that unique?
It's part of the warlord's signature.
God, imagine putting them in these guys. Nurgle with
that's why.
Nurgle with 8 to 10 hit points. But I think it's good.
Who are they allied with?
Orcs and Dark
Eldar.
Eldar.
Oh wow! Put a not the rocket launcher, the one that deals 1 point of damage on your side and 1 point of damage on their side.
The the cannon.
There's a cannon.
Or cannon.
Yeah.
I mean,
Keep hitting him
Yeah.
and then have him attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or
that's-
cannon almost goes
Yeah.
with him exclusively. Well, not exclusively, because it's good with the other Chaos Warlord too.
Yeah.
It synergizes with him because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have any damage, or cannon me. I'm going to put a point of damage on me, and I'm going to
Yeah.
pass it off.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So that's the Warlord.
So I think the Warlord it's going to be good. I think he's decent enough that it makes you want to choose between
Yeah, the two.
and a different play style.
It's a completely different playstyle
And
from the
what
previous
makes it
Warlord.
very unique is both Warlords are an aggressive. Both Warlords are combat abilities. Yet there's different playstyles.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Which is, I'm like, how can you make offensive Warlords so much different? And they did, you know. So start up, Rob.
All
With
right.
start with this guy.
You going backwards?
No, that's the lowest one, 28.
I thought we were going in the way it came out of the pack.
No, it comes out this way.
No, it didn't. Mine didn't.
Oh, because I had
Oh,
it
you
here.
freaking cheater. Alright, we got a 4-cost Morkai Rune Priest. 1 command. He's a 3/4. Psyker Space Wolves. Forced Interrupt. When a non-Space Wolves unit retreats from this planet, deal 1 damage to that unit. And it is loyal.
What do
I
you
like
think?
this guy.
Yeah.
I like him.
The art is awesome. He's just doing some psychic AoE right there.
But you gotta also be careful because your guys retreat. They get it too
If they're not
a
Space
Space
Wolves.
Space Wolves.
Yeah.
I think he's very good. I think he's too much of a casualty at the moment to put in your Space Wolf deck, just because.
There's not enough Space Wolves.
Exactly. But you could just make sure you put whatever plan you put him on. You're sure you're gonna win. He's a 4/3, which is not easy to deal with. I like it. It's the
3/4.
3/4. I also like it's the first one of the first abilities that penalizes for retreating.
Running away.
You know what I'm saying? It's a cool concept with the whole Space Wolves.
It's expensive. I mean, granted, you are getting a big guy with 1 command icon.
But it's because of the ability.
So,
Yeah.
and the ability is a double-edged sword, but
Yeah, but you control that sword.
yeah. It also affects warlords because it
Yes.
just says units. So if a warlord retreats, goodbye, you take a point of damage
Yeah.
before you leave.
Now, as a warlord with him, he's not unique. So if you have 3 guys of these in the planet, he's taking 3 damage.
Yeah,
making
that
a
just means
retreat.
that you don't retreat.
Okay, so now it makes your warlord get easier because my warlord came into the planet where you're at. You get hit by 2 points of damage. Okay, so now down you're 5. If I have 3 of these in your planet, all I have to do is 2 damage, and you're bloody basically.
Yeah.
Because if you stay, I'm gonna blood you. If you leave, you don't get bloodied. And once you're bloodied, holy cow!
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be cool. I like it.
You're giving up a decent amount of board presence though for that ability.
Yes, we
because
get
of how
4.
expensive it is.
But he's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Do I get this guy?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I do. We have the Forensian Wolf. It's no wolves. It's a 2-cost, 1 shield, non-loyal attachment. That is a creature attached to an army unit. Reaction. After a battle at this planet begins, exhaust the attached unit to deal damage equal to its attack value to a target army unit at the same planet. So it's range before range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's definitely going in my IG deck.
Militarium.
Plus, that too. Both of these players are IG players. Right now, Josh allies with Orcs, and Rob is right now testing Space Marines. Yeah.
Yeah, the Space Marine's what I did at Worlds.
Worlds. Yeah.
And now I very well may switch over to Space Marines because of this card.
And that's the thing is with this, let me go technically with IG and this.
Yeah.
You could hit one of those guys, hit one of those guys. You can't hit his Warlord because it does say
Yeah.
Our,
Army
I
unit.
think
Army
that's
unit.
the balance
Yeah.
for it, though.
You could hit like 2 or 3 of his guys, and then if you have the named guy where you could sack a guy to
Untap.
to boot one of theirs also. Boot last game, but
To exhaust.
you could get rid of whatever it was sitting on to now kneel all of his guys and then start hitting with all your ranged on top of it.
I mean,
This is just a good card to me.
for even for like Tau and Space Marines, it's a great card. Tau, my ion rifle dude doesn't need to be on that 1-2 ranged guy
Yeah.
anymore. It could be on my crisis suits, and I'm going to do 6 damage to
Well,
an
remember,
army
it's
unit.
attack value. the
Exactly.
card.
Yeah.
Not-
So your
attachments
it's not
add to
a
your
printed attack value.
oh, it's
not
true.
printed.
That's true.
That's why the conscripts
wow.
with this is amazing. You can do 6-8 damage
You
with
can
the
put this
conscripts
on the
before-
freaking mortar guy.
Mhm.
You know, buff him up with your attachments, and he goes, oh, boom. Sacrifice this guy. Oh, a guy left in play.
Well, I don't
Untap
know if
him.
it'd be worth putting on a
Um,
ranged guy.
The problem, yeah, one, it's a ranged guy that you're putting it on, so you're kind of,
Double
Negated.
dipping on it on itself.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have a ready mechanic, so that's nice.
This could be also the librarian.
On the librarian, yes.
Oh, that would be interesting though. If you put these on the Cadian, the
Mortar
ones
team.
that have that, and then sacrifice one of your guys, then they all
That's what I'm
stand
saying.
up again. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
You know, and then
There's
do the damage
definitely some
again.
synergy
Because
there.
you guys have so much sacrifice
Yeah.
mechanics, you know. So it's an amazing card.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's going
It's
to
going
be
to see a lot of play.
play.
A lot. You got the next card.
And I get the IG one, and you guys don't. Oh, you're going to get there, man.
One of us will.
There's 3 of
I'll
them.
win.
2 cost army is the Iron Guard Recruits. It's 2 command for 1/2, 1 attack, 2. Plain vanilla. It's amazing. 2 command icons. You know, I keep saying how strong 2 command icons is. You wait until your opponent plays their rogue trader or whatever they're going to try to get that planet. Here I play a 2 command army unit. I just stop them from getting that planet. On top of that, I take control of this planet now. Okay? Now, if they want control, they either have to play a 2 of their own or 2 unit guys on that planet to try to take it away from me.
Yep.
And take it away and then for them to get it back. And for 2 costs and has a 2 butt, I think it's very, very good.
I think the fact that it has an attack
Yes.
is the reason why it's so
It-
good / different.
It doesn't
because
trigger your warlord, though.
It's a conscript
Yeah.
Mordian keywords or traits rather, so it's not gonna synergize exclusively with anybody, particularly Strachan. But because it has 1 attack, it kind of gives that the Psyker, the sanctioned Psyker that we have right now, which is a 2-cost 0/4 2 command icons. Which one's better now? Do I
Both.
go for? I mean, yes, the
Yeah.
simple answer is to run both and have stupid amounts of command icons.
Well, that's the thing is one thing when I mean I'm not saying that my deck was finely tuned when I was at Worlds, but that was the thing that I struggled. I went 3-3 for the whole thing, but I still struggled getting that command because I didn't at the time didn't have enough of the stuff even in my faction and opposite, but people were playing down so much, and you're just like,
Yeah.
It's also non-loyal, so it's giving
Yeah.
that to command to Space Marines and orcs, which could be good in orcs because they kind of lack in that low command struggle.
Yeah, this
phase.
card now makes me debate on if Tau is the best one to ally with Space Marines right now. Because now against my Space Marines, I could ally with IG and have 2 units with 2 command. You know what I'm saying? Are the Sanctioned Psychers loyal?
No.
So, but also makes me want to curious about Mordian.
Yep.
That's a keyword. I wonder if they're gonna come out with
We have one already. The Hellhound is actually a Mordian.
Mordian is you're the IG fluff expert. What does it mean?
It's the system that they're from.
The planet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They specialize in very disciplined foot soldiers, or just warfare in general. And their tall tale is in the picture you could see it, the blue suit with the fancy headdresses and stuff like that. They go into battle wearing that stuff.
Okay.
you know what's weird too is it has a blood stain on it.
Yeah.
That's only. I was just looking at all the rest of the
Do
cards.
all the units have that?
No, none of them. This is the only card that has
That's
a blood
awkward.
stain. I don't know if it's just a print error.
Sacrifice for the blood
Or,
god.
yeah, maybe. All right. Next card is an attachment for 0 costs. It does have 1 skull. It's non-loyal. Dozer Blade, hard point. Attached to a vehicle army unit. Attached unit gets +2 hit points. There's no such thing as an obstacle to a Dozer Blade. I like it. Because right now I am playing the Land Raider in mine. Because the Land Raider protects all my units.
So it becomes a 3/9.
Yes, not to mention it's a 0 cost and it's a shield just in case you don't really need it.
I guess the question is, how many vehicles are you running
Yeah.
to warrant this? I mean, my IG
No.
deck doesn't run any vehicles, and I kind of feel the hurt at certain points because I don't have the AoE 1 Hellhound in there. But for people like me who are trying to synergize off of Straken's ability, I don't get a lot of the vehicles.
No.
For Space Marines, we have the Dreadnought, which doesn't need this at all, but sure, why not?
Yeah.
Land Raider, the Raven Wing
Valkyrie.
Speeder, the Valkyrie could use this too, which is funny because
You can't put a dozer
you
blade.
can put a Dozer Blade on a flying unit. Hey, there is no obstacle, even though I can go around it.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I don't know.
It's not going to shake my world, but I could see it later on down the road when we get more vehicle upgrades or more vehicle units.
Well, that's the thing is I mainly, when we were play testing, the stuff for that is I was having issues with a lot of people doing direct damage to stuff.
Just being able to outburn you, kind
Right,
of thing.
and with that Land Raider, it's like, because they can't do that anymore.
I'll blur those. No, I'm joking.
This actually synergizes really well with the brutal kill cans, which are 2 4s that have brutal.
Yeah.
So they become 2 6 with brutal. That almost guarantees that they will be able to strike and at a buffed status,
Yep.
which is awesome. Okay, so I have the next card.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a 2-cost support, Inquisitional Fortress. It's a location keyword. It is loyal. Has action. Exhaust and sacrifice this support to route a target army unit. I like this card.
Dude,
a
is
lot.
routing a mechanic for
It's-
IG?
It's Archon's Terror. loyal.
On a stick.
Uh,
Oh, it's one-time stick.
It's a one-time stick, but
You break the
Archon's
stick.
Terror is a one-time stick
I
too.
know. If it wasn't, it would be too powerful.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's Archon's Terror that isn't a trick. That
Yeah, your opponent's seeing it coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna kind of play around it, but can you really play around this? It's something that is just like it's going to happen.
No, it's worse because I know you have it, and I'm like, I have to overcommit in this planet. So now you're making me overcommit in every planet because I'm afraid you're going to use this.
Remember,
Yep.
this isn't target enemy unit. This is target army.
Yeah.
Army unit. So
You
it
can
could be
target
yours,
yourself.
So you could save stuff.
I don't see why you would, but I mean, you can't do your warlord, but
No, but your warlord can swing
Yeah.
to come home
but
anyway.
then you have the guy that when he dies produces or you search for
Yep.
supports. You know,
Yep, which this
Now
is a target
I'm
for.
wondering if you guys are ever going to bring supports from this discard pile. That's something else. CIG rebuilding.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
like some sort of support recursion.
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
kind
And
of wish this was like a exhaust sacrifice one of your guys to route it.
And
They
it's
have so much-
reusing. Oh my god.
yeah, that's too.
Yeah,
It would
Anything
be
that gets you
really
reused to-
powerful.
no, yeah.
limited once per turn or something. I don't know.
I mean, while it's on the board, though, you're basically investing into an early Archon's Terror that you don't even have to use right then and there. So you don't have to save the resources.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's buffing your conscripts at
Yep.
the same
Yeah.
time until you use it, which is fine with me.
Yeah.
Just the threat of having it on the board is enough.
Yep. Very good card. I got a 4-cost army. Attack Squig Herd. Love the art. No command. 4 attack, 6 defense. Creature Squig. No war gear attachments.
Vanilla.
The attack squig is a particular vicious variety of the squig that is little more than a vicious maw on legs. Love the art.
Of course, we're talking about art, so we don't like the card.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you made this full art, I still wouldn't play it.
I don't see. I wouldn't play it. Unless they make a creature deck, a squig mechanic, a squig deck.
I mean, there are.
But no command, man. If I at least had one command icon.
Yeah, if we had a squig herder that would reduce it by 1.
Oh, yeah. that
If
would
you
be.
kneel them, something like that.
4/3, this would be a stupid, amazing card that would
Yeah.
be in
Yes.
every single deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 4 appropriately gives it weight to maybe not play this because orcs have the knob, which is a 6/6 for 5.
That you could reduce it by 2.
Mm-hmm.
With bigger or better or whatever it is.
Which you could do that with.
Oh,
this
you could
too.
do this one too.
That is a loyal card, though, while this is not
Yeah.
a loyal card.
But
I mean,
Yeah. All right.
oh yeah,
Here we go. 2 cost, 2 shields, loyal. Daka daka daka. It's a tactic maneuver. Deploy action. Exhaust your warlord to deal 1 damage to each unit.
needs more Daka.
Daka.
It's a loyal card, too.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah. That's some good stuff right there. We're talking about some token wipeout right there.
Token wipeout. You target pirates,
Traders,
traders.
survivalists.
All right now, the meta is very not dominated, but there's a
Heavily
lot of
dependent.
weenies.
Well, just
People
the
are
fact
making,
bloodthirst to buff all your
Yeah.
guys. It's like
and it's like I said, the meta's dominated by fast weenie decks. You don't see big creatures in most decks, so this is just insane of going, just wiping. Now, because of this, okay, it gives because this is in the meta right now. It makes your IG's 2 toughness so much more important.
Oh, yeah.
Because now every 2 cost 2 command icon that has 1 toughness, it's a very now because of this card. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to play
risk.
it, but
yeah,
because of this card, the orcs now have a response to
Yes.
their kind of suboptimal command phase.
Yes.
They can sacrifice the command trump with their warlord to control the board more, which is something that they kind of have a difficult time by themselves.
Yeah. Because orcs wants the long game. You know what I'm saying? So this gives them, hey, you turn one, you got 4 guys out. You're kicking my ass in the command phase. Drop this. Let's reset. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Yes, it exhausts your warlord, so you couldn't play Daka Daka, Daka Daka, Daka Daka, 3 damage to everything.
I think that's the only thing. It's doing
But
it to warlords, too.
Yes.
Because it's every unit, including
Including
himself.
Yes. So it's an amazing card.
Yeah.
I love it.
Just this card wants me to make an orc deck just to be able to play Daka 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 Daka. Play
It's
the
so
card.
flavorful.
I love it. I love it.
This is me.
Yes. You.
So I have a 2-cost support for the orcs. Custom force field generator. It's non-loyal. It has the trait upgrade. Has a reaction. After an orc unit you control is assigned damage by an attack, exhaust this support to prevent all of that damage. Then deal damage. Then deal an amount of indirect damage equal to the damage prevented among orc units you control at the same planet as the defender. So essentially, your dude is getting hit for 6 damage. I'm gonna pop this and deal 6 damage indirect amongst all the orc units I have.
Yep.
So it might as well be loyal because unless you're running a lot of orc units in allied factions, I mean, no one else is going to run this. It allows the current warlord to trigger brutal a lot.
All the
more
orcs
significantly
cards in this pack was more designed to the
current warlord.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because I believe they were supposed to buff the upcoming warlord.
That's what I thought it was going to be.
And
but
I haven't seen a lot of cards that deal with old Zogwart's mechanic.
Oh, one thing I forgot about the previous card. I'm liking that we already have board wipes, 3 board wipes in the game. They're giving, it's not a board wipe, but it's something, a mini board wipe,
It's a board control.
board
mechanic.
control card to another faction. So it makes me want to think on the factions that don't have a board wipe, they're going to be giving stuff like that.
Not only, I mean, with this, I don't really consider this as a board wipe. I consider this as a boost my guys.
But it's also a board
Yeah, I
wipe.
mean, it's a both and both.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a...
Like my current Space Marine deck, that will destroy it. I have so many
Talk about Daka right now, by the way.
Sorry. Custom force field. It's good. It's really, it buffs the current warlord. You're gonna deal 7 damage to my knob, and I'm spreading it out evenly throughout all my guys.
It also kind of
So-
allows you to prevent damage easier, too.
Yep.
So if someone's swinging at your warlord for 4 damage, now I can spread that out amongst my units, and now I
this
can
is
prevent
support.
the damage. Yeah, you can use this multiple
Oh
times.
wow.
Actually, once per turn.
Yeah. I
but
know. I think it's okay.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
So we go into the Dark Eldar. 4 costs. Calvex,
Cavlex.
War Leader.
Cavlex.
It's 2 command, 3 cost, 3 attack, 3 defense, ambush. After you deploy this unit during the combat phase, destroy a target damaged army unit at this planet.
Man, it's loyal.
It is loyal, and it has ambush. It's the first ambush card for Dark Eldar. I think it's their first one.
First printed one.
Yeah.
Not like with a pseudo mechanic or something like that.
I like its ability. It's the first card in Dark Eldar that can kill you a big fatty right off the bat. So now, normally that was only Space Marines that had that ability,
Sicarius is.
and it was only to our warlord. Now, Dark Elder's getting it for any of their decks, for any of their warlords. The cost is 4.
Much more expensive than Sicarius.
Yes, it is.
Get
But
back.
you're getting a 3/3 dude with 2 command icons. But
Which is
you're paying 2 more for that. So it's
the previous ambush guys haven't had command icons. This is the first one I've seen that does, which is interesting. I mean, he comes in after the command phase anyway, but
I like him. I think he gives a unique ability to Dark Eldar that they don't have. I don't see it a lot. I'll see maybe 1 or 2 ofs.
yeah,
You know. And
maybe
more of
one
it's
in the deck.
and I'll be triggering it more for his ability than just playing the
Oh, yeah.
dude out.
No,
you know.
he-
But what do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I think it could be used also to claim a planet before the, to ambush it in.
Ambush is played as a action or as a combat action?
Ambush is stated as a combat action. You can deploy this unit.
So it has
Oh,
to be
it's-
during
oh,
the
it has to be combat.
During the
Oh.
combat.
So never mind. So yeah, that's kind of.
I mean, one of the biggest problems Dark Eldar have right now, besides delaying big units, is that they can't really kill big units. They don't have very hard-hitting squads other than the Baleful Mandrake, which is a 3/2 range, the Incubi, which is a 3/1. They really don't have anything that's higher than a 3. Granted, yes, this is another 3, but you can range weenie one of the big fatties. Are you gonna really block or shield a card that has 7 health and a range weenie shoots it for 1?
Yeah.
No. Then this guy comes
what
in
you
and
mean.
kills that Land Raider. And it's like, oh, I probably
No,
should
yeah.
have shielded that.
Yep.
So
I think it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
he's gonna see play, that's for sure.
All right. We have Dark Eldar 1 cost attachment, 1 shield, bladed lotus rifle, war gear weapon, attached to an army unit. Attached unit gets +1 attack. If attached unit is a Cabalite, it gains ranged. Do they have I mean, they have 1 Cabalite, right?
They
One
have
has-
2,
2?
maybe 3.
Yeah, there's none in this pack.
The 1/1 ranged is a Cabalite, but it already has range. There's also I want to say a 2/2 Cabalite that has AoE 1.
Okay.
So you
Assuming
could
there'll be
give
more
that-
coming.
Yeah.
I mean, Cabalite in the lore, they're the footmen soldiers of the Dark Eldar. They're the pirates, the run-of-the-mill Dark Eldar.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see more of them. I would only assume.
I don't know. To see if we'll see play 1 for 1 attack is
Yeah.
It's
So-
okay.
no. You got Tau with 1 for 3.
Yeah, I guess.
So I know they cannot ally with Tau, but that's what I guess to compare it with. You know.
Yeah.
I don't see it being splashed because unless you have Cowlight, it'll be
It's
range.
not worth it.
You know, I don't know. And unless they're bringing more Cabalites into the game, which I'm assuming they will, then I guess it would be a little bit better.
Yeah. So I get Soul Seizure. Soul Seizure. It's a 5-cost event.
Ugh,
One
I'll get a
shield.
seizure after that.
Yeah, right. It has the traits tactic torture is non-loyal.
Ah, torture.
Action. Put a target army unit with printed cost X or lower from your opponent's discard pile into play under your control at a planet. X is the number of torture cards in your discard pile. Holy crap.
That's rough.
I mean, it's expensive,
Yeah.
but
But they also have a lot
Holy
of torture
crap.
recursion. So it's like,
it's an opponent's recursion, so you destroy that Land Raider, you destroy that Goth Knob. Now it's at a planet, and it's an action, so it can be done during the command phase, and they're standing, because why not? It doesn't say that they come in exhausted. So now you have a combat trick similar to Gift of Isha, Drop Pod Assault.
yep.
And it's a torture.
To be honest, this is the counter to Isha.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed your Wraith card? Okay, wait a minute. Give me that Wraith card to my side.
Yep.
You know, before they gift of Isha.
It's
you know what I'm saying?
Is the
expensive
gift
counter.
an action? Or
Yes.
It is an action. Okay.
So they would have to, after you kill the Wraith card,
You would hope that you have
yeah, if you have initiative, that way you play your first action, you take it. Or if they're going to play their action, they have to play it then, because then when your turn, then you can play and take it away. But 5 cost is expensive. With the new Lord that we know is coming, that makes torture cards 1 cheaper, makes it
so it's
4.
going to be a 4. That's going to see
That's going to be pretty better.
Yeah.
Pretty better.
pretty better.
That's a pretty good word.
So
But I like it.
the funny part is it should also be loyal technically. I mean, the reason why it's not is because they don't want to give this card to Shield. Because Archon Terror is not loyal, but that's not a torture card. Never mind. What other torture events are not loyal?
I don't know. I don't play that card.
The Sacrificial Pact is not loyal, and that's the 3 cost for sacrificing an army unit each side.
But I don't know if you would use Blast as another.
It's
Right.
just interesting that
Yeah.
FFG is putting out cards that look to be loyal cards,
Yeah.
but not giving them the loyal option.
Yeah. Well, that's just, you could say that to Soul Caesar and the one we looked at before. I don't remember which one it was.
The Orc Custom Force Field Generator,
Yeah.
which
Which
only
is-
targets Orcs units.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's interesting.
But that's the thing is I'm wondering if they're ever going to throw torture in another faction.
That'd be
The
interesting.
keyword.
Actually, there are some torture cards in Chaos, I want to say.
There are.
I think so. Isn't Warps? No. Not
The
Warpstorm.
Dire Mutation.
Oh,
that
you're right.
torture card?
That is a torture card, I think.
So
I mean, they can't cross, but
Yeah.
no. Well, oh yeah, they
Yeah.
are right next to each other.
Yep. They're our allies. Okay.
So, yeah.
So we go into Eldar. You get 2 costs, Black Guardians, 2 attack, 4 defense, vanilla. They're a warrior,
Uthway.
Uthway.
Are we going to talk about the card art here?
Awesome art. I would even raise the cost by 1 and give it a command icon. You know what I'm saying? It's just right now in the game how we have it, command icons is so important. You know, currently, we've done 2 tournaments here at the store already for Conquest, and it's hard once the opponents have to control the board for you to come back, and drawing this is not helping you get that. Yes, it helps you for battle planets, and it's cheap for that. So I guess that's where you view it as a
It's a combat monkey, right?
yeah.
now.
It's like because 2 for 2 and 4 defense is insanely good. For battle wise.
Because units for Eldar right now that have these similar stats that do have the command icons are costing around 4 or more.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not loyal, so it costing the other cards that cost 3 that are not quite the same stats but close to it, like the Warp Spiders, I believe, are loyal. They're a 1-4 or a 1-3 with a command icon that costs 3. So they're kind of on the same scale there, but not quite.
So it is,
It's also in a faction that has a lot of command
command
control
icons, yeah.
already.
Well, that's the thing is we'll have to see what they do later on with the
The Uthway.
keywords, the Ulthway, and stuff like that.
Maybe
I mean,
come
just
out.
because you might look down the line next year, this card might be totally badass because of 1 or 2
and
other
this with
cards.
promotion,
Oh,
it's
that
pretty
with
good.
promotion, boom,
Yeah.
is a good card then.
Promotion fixes everything.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
This 1 cost, 1 shield, death from above. It's a tactic, deploy action. Put a non-elite mobile unit into play from your hand at the last planet. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even play these guys because I can't stand them, and I'd play this card.
You could splash this card.
Yes, it's non-loyal. So
Well, it's Tau.
What do you mean? It's not Tau.
it's Eldar.
It's Zelda.
I mean, yeah, but right now with my.
Oh no, not.
Yeah,
With Tau?
Yeah. We assume Rob,
Oh, yeah.
you will eventually play other decks
Oh
besides
yeah.
IG.
Well, after looking at these Space Wolves, I think I'm gonna be trying them out.
So it can't target the Crisis Battle Guard right now because the Crisis Battle Guard are elite, and it says non-elite.
This is the Eldar.
Well, it's splashable.
Oh
in
yes,
the Tau
yes.
race. So and Tau have a lot of mobile cards.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect splashable card for
Especially
Tau.
for one. Whew.
You have that Piranha. That's I think 2 or 3 costs, which is with no command icon status, 2/2 with mobile that gives you a card or a resource every time it moves. And putting it at the last planet, that's perfect for that card.
I'm liking it because it's the second reducer. This is basically reducing that unit to 0.
And
Okay.
fixing its landing location, essentially.
I'm liking that. I'm liking how they're like, okay, here, you're putting a unit for free, but the penalty is, A, it has to be mobile, which is a good thing because then it lets you move that guy out of the last planet. Okay? So, but the penalty is it has to go back there.
Also has to be non-elite.
And it has to be non-elite, yeah, because that would be 2, 1.
I mean, putting the 5-cost Crisis Guard at the last planet is really good for one.
So Eldar is Tau and Dark Eldar. So Dark Eldar can bring their fatties in with this.
I don't know of any mobile cards for Dark Eldar.
Oh, it's true. It has to be
Yeah, I was
mobile.
gonna say Tau.
Yeah.
Don't they have?
Tau has mobile.
I'd assume that
Yeah.
they'd be getting more eventually
Yeah.
because Dark Eldar are that.
Isn't
vast
the
agility.
Raiders elite? I think.
Raider?
The
The Ravager?
Yeah.
I don't think it's mobile.
Oh wow.
And it
Really?
is
think it
elite,
is.
so
It's elite. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I think it's a good card.
Oh yeah.
You know.
it's going to be a card that only gets better in time, too.
And what's the artwork?
That's
The guy that's covering them.
Oh,
I've
what's
seen
it
it
called?
before.
It's those guys, little birdie guys.
Oh, the Swooping Hawks.
Swooping
Okay,
Hawks.
Yep.
I was like,
Which-
I'm familiar with
Death
that.
from Above. That's
Death, yeah.
Swooping Hawks in a nutshell.
We don't have Swooping Hawks yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. So I get.
I get it.
No.
Oh,
I get it.
screw
Excuse
you.
me.
Cheater.
man. Whatever. It's a 1-cost support. Doom of.
I thought this was an event.
Dome of Crystal Seers. It's a location. Interrupt. When you search your deck, search an additional 3 cards. It is loyal.
When I first read this card, I just read the text, and I thought this was an event. So I was like, a one-time use event.
It's a
But
support
holy
that does
cow,
not
it stays in
exhaust,
play.
And
and you can
It's not
proc
unique.
it multiple times. Yeah.
yeah.
And it doesn't exhaust, so it
Yeah,
can
yeah,
trigger.
exactly.
Wow.
So if you had 3 of these out, you could be searching like.
Ill. If you do the battle
it's
ability
an
one, it's
additional.
12 cards. Then you actually have to pay attention to what order you put the
Yeah.
cards on the
Yes.
bottom because you can cycle through your deck really quickly. Let's see the
That
farce.
gives a whole meaning to this card.
And Eldar have a lot of these search mechanics right now. They can pull the 1 search mechanic from Tau. They have like 2 or 3 in their
Their
faction.
general or their warlord isn't it the one that
No.
lets you search for an attachment?
That's
Yeah,
the
but
Tau one.
that's a Tau one.
And it doesn't search.
Oh,
No.
never mind.
The Earth cast is what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
The 1-cost 1/1 with a command icon. When it goes into play, search
Search
top 6 cards
Okay.
for an attachment.
Yeah, so now you could
Or
go
drone.
9, 12.
No, yeah, but I mean, it guarantees that proc.
Which also makes me wonder if Eldar is going to get more search mechanics down the line. Just start getting this. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give this to a faction that doesn't have it or have 1 or 2 cards.
I mean, as of right now, they have 2 in faction,
and there's only
and they can
3 packs out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 2 packs.
So This is going to be great, man. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's a good card. It's just gonna get better as more search mechanics come out. I don't see putting 3 in your deck.
no, 2 at max if you're building around it, and I'd be hard pressed to put only 1 in, as it's not unique.
Yeah.
So I get the new Tau, 2 army costs, Borkan recruits. Yeah. It's 1 command, 2/2 soldier. This unit gets +2 attack while it is at a planet with a warlord.
So they're introducing that a lot in this new cycle. We've seen some spoiled cards that get +2 attack while they're at a planet with a warlord.
Yeah.
And this is the Taos.
This guy.
It's okay.
I mean, it doesn't have to be your warlord. It just has to be
Exactly.
a warlord. So.
True.
And it can be your warlord, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's only 5
It's
planets.
1 command icon for 2. Yeah, it's good.
It's essentially a signature squad person, just with its special ability being it gets +2 with a warlord there. It's not loyal to,
Yep.
so when more of these guys come out, you can reinforce that mechanic. Because the White Scar bikers, which were spoiled last when they were releasing the pack, is essentially this printed. So, and they can ally with Tau, so putting both of those in there,
Yep.
it's allowing a pretty significant buff if it's not your warlord, and actually a pretty significant buff with your warlord.
Yeah.
I don't see it being bad.
What do you
Yeah,
think,
it's
Ryan?
not really a bad card.
It's just not a impressive
It's
card.
not an over impressive card,
Yeah.
but I think it's still going
Oh yeah,
in decks just to have.
yeah.
All right.
You.
What? Kaon?
Kaon?
Kaon strike, 1 cost event, 2 shields loyal. Tactic. This is a Tau. Combat action. Move 1 or more ethereal units you control to a target planet. Yeah. Now, I'm not familiar with the Taus, but are most of them ethereals? I've never paid attention to their
That's
keywords.
the new warlord.
Okay.
The warlord
the,
that
the
they
new warlord
leaked.
coming out for this cycle. He has the whole ethereals, and there's the ones that come in, do something, they leave. So now
He
you
even
can play.
does that.
Then you can play this to bring him back into the battle.
The warlord does that. The ethereal that we have right now, which is a 4/3 that comes into play, gives everything +1, swings and then leaves. So you could use this to bring him back. So
You could essentially Alpha Strike or whatever on the first planet, and when you have one guy left, move all of them to the next planet.
Yep.
And leave one guy on the
Planet
planet.
2. So they're ready for Planet
or
2.
because they're leaving as they strike,
You could do that
you could
too.
put it back into the combat and
Yeah.
as a combat trick. I mean,
There's several
for
options
one.
for it, yeah.
Yeah.
You can move him, like Rob says, to Planet 2. You can move him from the home planet back into the battle, to trigger their abilities again. It's a good card, especially for the
is-
new warlord.
The thing is, I think it's really only for that warlord.
Oh, no, yeah.
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 Because it's going to just get phased out after that warlord doesn't see play, unfortunately.
And you get the last one.
I get the last one. It's the 0 cost attachment. 1 shield, Black Sun Filter. It's a war gear attached to an army unit. After an enemy warlord commits to the same planet as an attached unit, gain a resource. Non-loyal.
Eh.
I mean, I'm happy it's 0 cost. I don't see this being a good target for the current Shadow Sun because it's 0 cost. But they're introducing the, I guess, Tau mechanic of when things happen, get resources for it.
Well,
The Piranha does it, the
but
Homing
this
Beacon
is
does
so
it.
specific.
Yeah.
When only a warlord. I'm just
An
like,
enemy warlord.
yeah, that's
So you don't even have control over it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like it.
At worst case,
I'd say
it's
this
a
is my least
shield.
favorite of the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like we did in the last one. So let's start with Rob. Which is your favorite card in the pack?
Oh, the wolves. The attachment to wolves.
Yeah.
I really like. Are you going like 3 or are you
You
going?
want to do 3? Good 3.
Well, I know we did 3 on that.
Yeah.
The wolves, the Iron Guard recruits, I really dig.
You can use some of the hours too.
Yeah. After that, I mean, I haven't played too much of the other factions as of yet. But the more I look at that Daka is pretty cool.
Damn it, you copied a lot of mine.
Copied? You copied mine.
I like the new Warlord, so I'll put this whole cadre in there.
Yep.
Daka for sure, and that wolf. The wolf is so good.
So obviously the wolves, but I'm not gonna put that even in my top 3.
Don't be a wolf hater.
No, I'm considering changing my deck for that card, so I know it's good.
So it's a wolves,
but to be different.
We don't like different.
I know. That's why you have to hate. Inquisitional Fortress, I like. I've played with it, and it's that threat being there is a big game changer. Daka. The flavor is awesome. The effect is awesome. I love that. And I actually would throw Dome of Crystal Seers in there.
Really?
I feel like
That's what the wolf should have been.
that's where the wolf should be. Yeah. I feel like that's going to become a bigger thing when more Eldar cards come out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Thank you for joining us here. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you haven't. Tell us what we did wrong, what you're liking about this top 3 at the end of the packs.
Yeah.
You know.
What mistakes we made in rulings.
Oh yeah, that's obvious. So, okay. Thank you guys. See you later.
Have a
See you
good
guys.
one.